And gentlemen, welcome to High School Star League. This is the beginning of the League of Legends stream. Tonight, first up, we have our first best of two series between Temple City A and San Marino High School. Hi, I'm Joshua Piscator Lee here alongside Bill Jump Carter, and we're going to kick it off with Temple City versus San Marino.
Going to kick it off and going to get it started. Both of these teams, San Marino and Temple City A, have gone 2-0 in the previous 2 weeks, so they are geared and ready. Again, this is a Swiss-style tournament. Therefore, the more wins you make, the more the more teams with wins you're going to play. So 2 teams already going with the 2-0, already staying strong and already wanting to show that they are the best. We're going to go get right into things right underway. How are you doing today, Piscator?
I'm doing really good. A little sad that our North American dreams have been completely dashed at the World Championships, but that has nothing to do with High School Star League right now. We're getting right into pick bands. San Marino on the blue side, Temple City A on the right.
And one of the things that we have to bring to light right off the bat is Temple City A is an all-challenger team. They're challenger ranked in 5s. All of their players are diamond or diamond master challenger tier. So they are a very competitive, very successful team. And I want to see exactly what San Marino is going to do to combat this, because when you get in these situations of players that excel on a lot of champions, what's one of the best ways that you can do something is banning that pull out. But as we know, with this Juggernaut patch that we're in, there's so many other good champions that you can focus your bans towards.
Absolutely, but it's really got to get into the minds of San Marino just how strong Temple City is. Temple City came in 2nd place last year at the playoffs for the entire year of High School Star League. Ended up losing 3-1 in the finals, so definitely making sure that they're going to give it their all to have a better finish. Well, you can only do one better this year. But the band's coming out, nothing too crazy. Pretty standard so far. Nautilus, Jana, Oriana coming out from San Marino. Definitely champions that can throw a wrench in your team's play.
San Marino has some very specific bans. I'm assuming that their mid laner Zud has a lot of Oriana experience, considering that was banned immediately. And then the Nautilus ban, that takes a lot of engage away from Sketch, and mixing that in as well with another support ban in the Janna, there must be a very specific direction that San Marino is wanting to do up against this Temple City team. With that being said, though, very standard bans on the other side. Darius Fiora, Vigar coming out of Temple City A. We all know the strength of these champions. We all know their prowess, but this at the same time leaves a lot on the table. We've got Gangplank, we have Mordekaiser, as well as the Elise as a possibility.
Right, and we really haven't seen Mordekaiser come out a whole lot or at all throughout the duration of the High School Star League streams. At least not the games you and I have casted. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of these players, you get your practice in solo queue, and when do you ever get to play Mordekaiser in solo queue? Like, it rarely slips through pick ban, or the banning phase rather, and when it finally does slip through, you're like, all right, Mordekaiser's open. All right, guys, does anybody play Mordekaiser? It's one of those situations. But Renekton, Crocodile Hunter in the top lane, very strong laning. This gets locked in. San Marino looking to get a snowball going early topside.
Onyx wanting to channel his inner Marin right there. We've seen a lot of rise of the Renekton in the last patch or so, since they introduced the new items such as Sterix, as well as the Titanic Hydra, that creates another auto attack reset and allows a lot of front load damage coming out of this Renekton. We know that the AD Renekton was very powerful, and being such an auto attack based champion, the new Black Cleaver fits in with him very well, and he's very strong early. We see a lot of these carry top laners that are very strong in that regard, and Renekton can fit, and he can definitely duel with them with the amount of early game damage that they have. But just as I say that, it looks like they're going to get countered up by the Rumble, as well as a possible Echo locked in right here for Tilt God.
I always like when Rumbles are in games, because I'm really tempted to yell, "Let's get ready to Rumble!" every time he ults. So you're going to get very, very tired of me very quick. Oh, darn it, no! I mean, are also a very good pickup. Man, I'm really disappointed now.
You had to say something. It's only because you say something. If you wouldn't have said anything and we would have just continued to talk this out normally like any other individual, it'd be great. But the second that you focused conversation on Captain Nuke, he threw his own nuke into your conversation, and the Caster's Curse lives on.
And the challenger-sized nuke. Captain Nuke, 500 LP challenger. So that's pretty good, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I just recently got into gold. That's all my Twitter's been lately. But challenger, it's pretty much the same thing, right?
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty something. So let's divert our attention a little bit more towards these team compositions and what they're starting to do. We've already gotten past the first one and the first 1-2. So already looking at what we see coming out of Temple City, they have a lot of options. The Echoes can still technically go mid. Zood has the possibility to do that if he so pleases. But these two strong champions, they have the very good team fight. You've got the parallel convergence as well as the amount of CC coming from the Gnar. That's going to be very powerful. Mixing in a Vayne, and there's a lot of carry alerts, carry X Factor potential that you see coming out of Temple City. But the best way to combat these team fighting all-in compositions, you have to have mobility. And what better person to bring that mobility than a Sivir?
Press R to go fast. Press R to win. It's just a Sivir comp. We've heard it a million times before. I'm being told by Zud that Zud also plays Rumble mid, so my wishes of seeing a Rumble mid are definitely not dashed quite yet. But being on red side, most likely they're going to want to save that mid lane counter pick. Thresh being a much more safe pickup. Nothing that really shuts down a Thresh too hard. Unless it's like a really good Morgana, in which case Thresh can be really sad a lot of the time.
I like the decision to pick up the Thresh because taking that out of Sol Corona's hands is really good, because if you look just as I say that, it would have been a good composition because of the amount of peel that he provides, but instead it looks like they're just going to go with a very safe lane right there. Motions and Sketch going with the Vayne as well as the Soraka in the bot lane. So again, another very strong team composition pickup. This isn't necessarily a protect the Vayne composition, but at the same time it's a keep everybody alive, or keep a Vayne alive composition. You've got two great team fighters in the Echo as well as the Gnar. You mix in the Vayne's damage and the Soraka's sustain, and you have a very strong composition that we see forming right here on the side of Temple.
Temple City, as long as the emotions can continue getting those heals in lane and in team fights. Soraka's one of those champions that I feel like just makes everybody sad except for your team. Because level 6 is not like your lane just gets stronger. Everybody on the map can benefit from that wish. So it's like, all right, I'm going to kill him. I got him. I got him. And the wish comes through and you're like, aw, man. It's like when your mom says like, oh, we can go to McDonald's for breakfast, but you get there at 11:01, so they stop serving breakfast. You ever have that moment as a kid? I'm sure we all have.
I mean, yes, okay. We've all had that feeling. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna buck this system in that. But we've got the Alistar as well as the Ahri combination coming out right here to round it out for San Marino. And just overall, a very strong composition. You've got some good frontliners. You've got an assassin in the mid lane that also can double as a mage if needed. You got the extra mobility as a Sivir. Nothing too fancy, nothing too deviant from the standard that you see coming out of San Marino. And it's, to me, it's a lot of safe picks. They're going up against a juggernaut like Temple City, who finished second place last season. And when you're in that kind of, I guess, mentality where you're already putting yourself in a position to be...
Oh, let's get ready to rumble!
And
Crusader Kitten called it! Rumble going mid lane on... Oh my goodness, I am a very happy camper right now.
The Rumble.
I've never seen a Rumble into Ahri, though. This is going to be really interesting.
So let's talk about the Rumble pick.
Let's talk about it.
So, looking at the way it goes, Rumble does not win this matchup. He doesn't win this matchup at all. If you want to look at the specific counter of thing, everything that Ahri does, he can dodge. Now, to that avail, in lane, pre-6, he can farm himself up very well. He has that W that gives him not only the shield, but it also gives him a little bit of a speed boost, especially if he's able to manage that heat meter correctly, which will allow him to dodge the Ahri skill shots. If he can dodge, if he can dodge the Ahri skill shots early, have that sustain, going to be very good. Now, when he's hit 6, yes, he has a beautiful chance at doing an equalizer, but Ahri has 3 different dashes. So even if he hits her with the first equalizer, what does she do? She dashes out of it, then she kills him. There's really no way to do that. However, that being said, Rumble is a very good pick in the mid lane if you want to do a lot of early skirmishing in the enemy jungle, as well as take some early dragons. Why? Because the second he turns 6, he doesn't have to worry about teleporting from top lane down. He doesn't have to worry about walking down and leaving top lane open. He can just stroll right from the mid lane, control a lot of objectives early, and really push the advantage. The Rumble pick works in certain compositions. There's a lot of CC, there's a lot of good frontline coming out of Tilt God as well as Captain Nuke, so he has the ability to move himself around, position a beautiful equalizer and do a lot of work. There are 3 melee. We'll consider Elise a melee champion for the time's sake, assuming she's in spider form. But there's 3 melee champions, which means they really have to get into the members of Temple City before they're allowed to get off their damage as well as their crowd control. So with that being said, this equalizer is a beautiful zoning tool and a beautiful chance to get something done.
Right, tons of mid-game skirmishing possible for Temple City High School. So will Temple City, the second-place finishers of last season, come out victorious in this matchup, or will San Marino High School use that early skirmishing power in the Elise and Renekton to really get that game rolling? Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, it'll be game 1 between Temple City A and San Marino High School. You are watching the High School Star League, brought to you by Twitch, Newegg, Tespa, Loot Crate, Rockhat, MSI, and Jinx Apparel. If you want to find out more about High School Star League, be sure to check out our website at hsstarleague.com, in addition to all of our social media outlets on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I am Joshua Piscator Lee here alongside Bill Jump Carter. When we come back, it's going to be game 1. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first match between San Marino High School and Temple City. On the blue side, we have San Marino High, Onyx in the top lane, Unikaruz in the jungle, Asian Jumbo in mid lane, Asian Kick Your Ass on ADC, and Soul Corona 28 on support.
And for the red side, Temple City High School A, we have in the top lane Captain Nuke, in the jungle Tilt God, Zood in the mid lane, and for the bot lane, we've got Z Motions and Sketch.
So something really important to note here before we jump into this, these teams haven't lost in the season yet. So whoever loses here is going to be sad for the first time this season. But whoever wins here is going to be really happy.
They are. They're both 2-0, and not only are they both 2-0 over the last 2 weeks, they also have 2-0'd their opponents. So both teams coming off an extremely motivational high right now. They have a lot of drive. They have a lot of dedication. Temple City primarily wanting to not have the shortcomings in the finals that they had last session. They lost 3-1, and so wanting to propel themselves to the #1 seed and really push themselves deep into the playoffs is something that they're thinking. Yes, we're only in week 3. We have about 11 weeks left, but they have the championship trophy on their mind, and that's exactly what they're thinking about coming into this game.
I wonder if they get 5 trophies or 1 trophy. I feel like if I was on a team with 5 people, I got a big trophy, I'd want to take it home myself.
Well, no, you get like a little trophy, and then you get like 1 big trophy that you put in your school.
Who gets the big one? I want the big one.
The school gets it. They
no,
like put it
no. I carried, therefore I take it.
Well,
it's like the whole argument within like that'll be like the behind the scenes like TSM legends of Temple City or San Marino High School.
I will say, how awesome would it be to have like a first place championship trophy in your school's trophy case? Because think about that. You see, you have like the state championship in basketball and football, and then it's just like
League of Legends right there.
Yeah, like
That'd
another trophy. Like a bigger trophy. People are like, what? Like, what way to put esports on the map than to do something like that?
The Z Motions and Sketch starting out with that Gromp, get that early advantage. The opposing laners on the bot side didn't opt to do that, so let's see exactly how they use that level 2. Soraka Vayne can be so annoying, especially when Vayne just has free health potions in the form of that moving ward of Soraka.
I tried scrolling out my my oversized
oh wow,
camera.
It's actually gone really low. But why it doesn't matter if you have a Soraka. Oh my goodness, see, you go down to just under 100 health, and all of a sudden you're all the way back to 500, really pouring all their resources into this Vayne to be the one to apply this pressure.
At the same time, Asian Kick Your Ass is also doing a really good job at hitting those boomerangs. Hitting the boomerang tosses and getting the poke off is really good, especially if she's able to hit the Soraka in the back line as well. Because when you're up against this lane, the only way you can win is if you focus down the Soraka and reduce, should I say, a lot of her healing potential. Captain Nuke did use his teleport to the top lane there, was able to get a bunch of other pots. A little bit of an unsuccessful freeze by Onyx as Captain Nuke was able to get to lane right before it hits the tower, so he's going to leech up all that XP and be able to stay in XP range of Mr. Onyx right there. Same thing for this mid lane. A little bit of a push-up in favor of Zood. He's not going to want to keep himself in a bad situation, does not want to be too pushed up because Rumble has a lot of damage, but he gets locked up by an Elise, followed up by a Charm. It's going to be a very difficult time for this Yordle in the mid lane.
Right, and it looks like the jungler's just about to run into each other. Hey, I wanted the crab. Nope, too late. I'm the one who got it. But both of them realizing that they're there might give free license to people elsewhere, namely in the bot side, to go a little more hard. But it looks like Sivir actually had to take an early back. Asian Kick Your Ass, getting his ass kicked slightly by this Vayne and Soraka.
19-9, already double CS at 4 minutes in the game. That's not a place you want to be in, especially considering of how much and how fast Vayne is able to outscale the Sivir damage-wise once she's able to go back and get that Bilgewater Cutlass. So, very difficult spot for her to be in right now. Onyx doing his best at trying to keep things up in the mid lane, but the poke from Mininar is just way too strong for him to handle right now. Doesn't want to deal with it at all.
You mentioned that Zood, as long as he can dodge out those skill shots from Ahri, he can do a pretty good job in the mid lane on Rumble. So far, it looks like just that, staying even in CS against an Ahri in an unfavorable matchup. Feels good, man, .jpeg. But so far, bot side, it looks like the pings have come through. Unicruz hopefully going to be wandering his way bot side. The Mia comes in bot side, but it looks like they're going to be spotted out by the ward. The Elise gank probably not going to come through quite yet.
No, and a very unaggressive early, pre 5 minutes. Generally, when you have someone who has such a good CC lockup, such as Unicruz has on that Elise, you'd probably see a little bit more aggression into the laners, as well as Tilt God as well. Parallel Convergence is a little difficult to hit, but if you do hit it, it's a very long stun. It also provides the shield. So both junglers kind of starting themselves off slow. They're probably going to want to go back, buy their first little jungle item. And for this mid lane, I'm really interested to see what happens once both of these hit 6. They are level 5. They're getting closer there. They're not there quite yet. Elise is actually coming around to try to get something. She might try to go on of this the second that Asian Jumbo hits level 6.
Union Crew's coming around. Cocoon is available. Zood walking forward. Heat is already maxed out. It looks like the CC chain lands. Again, this mid-rumble making away flashes for the last auto attack, but looks like Zood actually gonna survive. Both summoners on Asian Jumbo burn in exchange for only one on behalf of Zood. Zood's got to be happy with surviving there.
He was so close. He had 95 on his heat bar right there. Had just enough time to pop the scrap shield. Was able to come out alive. So again, some very good sense of getting herself ahead. And what this does as well, this allows Ari not only to get the level 6 first, but it denies experience from Zood. So Zood's going to come back at level 5. Ari can just go right back in for an all-in. She doesn't have the ignite, but if she can hit a couple orbs before going in, then she can be able to do all the damage and just really put Zud on his back foot.
All the damage. Motion's doing a decent amount of damage too, in addition to getting very, very far ahead in CS. Double CS at just under 7 minutes rather. Pretty good day for Vayne, and like you said, if you have somebody that scales this well like Vayne, with the Soraka behind her just to spam heal after heal after heal, somebody buy this unicorn some carrots, because Soraka is doing a really good job making the ADC happy. But Tilt God, for the parallel convergence, not a whole lot of CC coming out from the Rumble. Actually manages to walk right in there and get the stun up. That's actually really surprising. Zood, however, with the Electro Harpoon, gets the second fadeaway for the first blood going to Temple City.
Oh, Fox on a stick. It's the newest and best delicacy, should I say. But it looks like in the bottom lane, they're scrapping around as well. And just the sustain from Soraka, it just makes you hate your life and does not want to have anything to do with League of Legends.
I was surprised Asian Jumbo waited that long to pop the Spirit Rush.
Not too sure they were wanting to full engage right there, but kind of having to force out is just another advantage that Temple City can press in the spot lane right now. 63 to 37, still hovering at almost double the CS. So Vayne's going to have a very nice back once she decides to go and get some items right there. Pops the Condemn, tries to do something, but look at the warding and the vision control that we see coming out of Temple City right now. Tilt God was able to go into the jungle, throw some ward down. Zood has wards in his inventory as well, and just prioritizing a lot of this bot vision around the mid lane. They know that the mid lane is easily gankable. There's no real escape outside of the scrap shield movement speed that you see coming out. But just as I say that, we've got some aggression coming up from Onyx right here. Forces the ult out of Sketch. That's going to be very good, as it looks like we've got more action in the bot lane.
Blue Motion gets slapped into the tower, but the minion wave being there saved him just a little bit, but the ignite ticking, it looks like the cow picks up the kill there. We're on the hunt for Soraka. Give me that unicorn, they say. Unikuru's Venomous Bite should be available, but the Neurotoxin is the one that finishes them off. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, once one person starts fighting, it's going to be everybody as Zood picks up a solo kill there.
Tilt God's coming in.
Coming for the parallel convergence, manages to get the stun. Fire is splitting. We're going to have Rose Crocodile for dinner, and let's get ready to rumble, Zood said. Captain Nuke, no Meganar available, but the hyper stacks are going to be too much for the Alistar. They're chasing down Onyx's solo. Tilt God with the phase dive finds the target. Unicruz and Asian Kick Your Ass both completely out of mana. They're trying to put this Sivir on the barbecue. Who's going to get the kill? Who's going to get the kill? 2P's going to Tilt God, and it looks like they're going to roast this Elise.
We've got Mega Gnar available. Gnar against the wall is ready if he wants to. And, just get clawed, drawed, and smacked against the wall. Captain Nuke being able to pick up that kill. And that was a really good teleport and sequence of events. If that's something that Temple City is already showing that they do well, it's their ability to react and act accordingly as a team. It shows that they experience together. And not only are they going to pick up secured kills, which seemingly started to go off in San Marino's advantage, but they're going to get the dragon as well.
And look at where all of these kills went. 2 of the kills went to each of the solo laners. Being able to apply that pressure is going to be so painful for Asian Jumbo and Onyx in the mid and top lane. Meanwhile, Z Emotion's not doing too bad for himself. Up 33 CS at the 10-minute mark. Man, sometimes I get 33 CS at 10 minutes.
That is exactly why you're a support main and you're still only just now in gold. But it's okay.
I'm in gold now!
You are in gold. I'm
That's
so
all that
proud
matters.
of you. It is. It's like, you know, it's like the young Padawan finally is able to hold the lightsaber correctly.
I feel like you'd be really quickly disqualified from whatever Jedi school you go to if you're like, all right, which end does the sword come out of?
You just like hold it backwards, and next
It's
thing you know,
like,
you just have a
whoops.
giant hole.
Oh my goodness.
It's all the Star Wars Battlefront, man. It brings it out in you.
I haven't played that yet, but everybody else has been playing it. Can you shoutcast Star Wars Battlefront?
I'm totally down. That's our next venture, guys.
High School
See
Star
it.
League Star Wars Battlefront.
Jump in Piscator.
So far, junglers doing their own thing. Unicruz actually might be looking for a wraparound here, but the ward does get pinged out. Suud making sure to keep himself a little bit safe in the mid lane. Look at the snipes coming out of the Electro Harpoons. That aim.
And if you really want to look at things too, look at how much AP stacking you see from Zood right now. That's exactly what he wants to do. But just as I say that, it looks like we've got a double tango of the junglers right here in the top lane.
Here we go. Jumps right in there. Onyx and Unicruz actually electing to turn around. Onyx, oh, they're actually after the spider first. Oh, Crocodile Spider, Crocodile Spider. Which one do we want? Nard against the wall. Captain Nuke goes on a killing spree. Tilkad coming in showing that, you know what? Not feeling like a Tilkad right now. Feeling pretty good.
Crocodile was on the menu right then and there. And just a really good sequence events again from Tiltgod. His map presence at just following around this Elise and putting the, and just putting the pressure on. Not only is he just following her, but his counter gank potential is just really good.
Get ready to
Look at
rumble.
this No.
Just flash away. Unicruz, however, not much mana, but you don't need mana in spider form. Suud walking around trying to roast this fire. That's how I kill Spider. Suud just set him on fire. Kill him with fire, he says. Suud with the scrap shield running away. Nobody really to help. Everybody just watching. Dodges the cocoon. We're just going to watch slowly. It's like Animal Kingdom. Here we see a Wild Rumble getting away as Z Motions goes in on the bot lane. On the cow. Give me some steak. Actually pops the ultimate. That's going to be big.
And forcing the ultimate again out of Sketch is something that is really good for this bot lane, but they've just been unable to capitalize on it. The amount of lead that Motions has over Asian Kick Your Ass right now is just too far ahead for them to be able to do anything. It's really good if you're able to get those ultimates out. Why? Because they can't use them on yourself. But if you just are that much farther down low, it's just not going to help you, and everything that you're trying to do is just going to get quelled. This bot lane is really struggling right now, and the team as a whole is just doing a really good job, Temple City, at moving themselves around the map and doing things accordingly. Tiltgod's going to get spotted out by the ward right there, but it doesn't necessarily matter. Almost 4K gold ahead at 13 minutes, and being up 4 digits before the 15-minute mark is something that Temple City is going to thoroughly enjoy in this game one.
Oh, you talk so much about how powerful Temple City's team comp is in the mid game. We see the effects of that spilling over already, getting all this gold on this Echo early on. Captain Nuke even coming in with a nice teleport plays around Dragon. Teleport is going to be available for the next Dragon fight, given that he doesn't pop it before then. Went so well, Temple City in the first time, but Asian Jumble actually getting jumped on. Equalizer is available. Here comes the Ignite too, not even going to use it. Says, you're not worth my R button, just going to roast you old-fashioned style.
Being able to hit those harpoons is what makes or breaks these early AP rumbles. And I actually want to know, we're going to check real quick. He's not decided to max it first, but still, with only 3 points in the harpoon, each harpoon's going to do about 150 damage. You mix that in with being able to also crank out your flame spitter with that slow from the harpoon. It's just so strong. And just already 3-0 and 4 in the mid lane. Zood is pulling out the pocket rumble pick and using it to perfection right now, dominating, which is seemingly a losing matchup.
However, Soul Chrono comes in with the Flash Pulverize, trying to lock down the ADC right here. That's a lot of damage going down. Looks like they're going to turn right onto Soraka, deciding on the Unicorn instead. Tumble away. Z Motions definitely going to get away here.
Just when you thought a unicorn couldn't be more rare, they find one and they just
They
decide
kill it.
to kill it.
Mom, look what I found. Let's eat it.
Oh my gosh. Dragon spawning in about a minute right there. Tower's going to go down in favor of Captain Nuke and the rest of Temple City, so that's going to be a little bit of extra gold in his pocket right now. He's been doing a very good job at keeping down this Renekton, especially considering that he has 3 kills already. But Renekton doing a really good job as well at keeping himself. Look at this. He's keeping up in farm. He's doing things, but it doesn't look like it. Oh! Stand corrected. Sit down, the Crocodile says. Mega Nar, Mini Nar, it doesn't matter. You're Nard to the death.
Still cover. Oh, not going to tilt just yet. I really thought that last hypersap was going to get him, but Tiltgod actually saying, hey, I have friends available. Let's just stack up some more kills for Temple City High School, extending their lead to 10 kills over 4. And that gold lead growing to just about 5,000 at the 15-minute mark. Dragon up in 10 seconds. Captain Nuke up in a short time as well. As soon as that Gnar wakes up from that prehistoric nap, it's Dragon time.
Dragon time indeed. Both teleports are available on the top laner, so they have the ability to do something. The vision is what's lacking from San Marino right now. If you look at how many red side wards you have in the bot side, they've got the pink and the tri-bush. They're going to have the tower pressure right here as Z-Motion is able to take that down, and they're just in prime position to do it. Gnar is actually going to come down. No reason to waste that ignite if you don't have to right here. And
dude, going to put the hurt to the fox again. Oh, that's what I call a fire fox. Dude pops Zanius just in time for Sketch to right. Give me the heal, give me the heal, get me out of here, he says. Unicruz, however, gonna repel away, gonna jump right down into death, right under the boot of who's it gonna be? Captain Nuke, 4th kill of the game so far. And right before Dragon comes up, that's exactly when you don't want to lose 2 of your teammates.
They're going to go ahead and get the tower. There's no wave clear. There's no way for Onyx to defend this. He just needs to Krokawaka away. They're actually going to continue to push this around. Captain Nuke, actually, he's turning into Mega, so he's going to have the extra damage, but TiltGod has other plans in the bot lane.
I'm still laughing about Krokawaka. Asian kick your ass. Last stack of the Z-Drive Resonance. Chunks him down so hard. This is a full tank Echo, too, and he's absolutely packing a punch. Dude, Sketch and Captain Nuke in the mid lane, however, taking down tier 2, adding even more map pressure and even more gold into their already hefty pockets, sitting at just under 10,000 at 17 minutes, and time to pick up some more Dragon Tails.
Chaos Theory is in full effect. What better way than to defeat your opponents than to put them in an utter sense of disarray? That's exactly what's happened. They took 2 towers, jungler roamed bottom, able to pick up kills, little bit of this, little bit of that, a dragon for their taking, and just a domination from Temple City right now. As Zood, might sure you want to be there, buddy.
Oh, Zood feeling good. Asian Jumbo so afraid of the equalizer that wasn't actually up. Burning a flash and the ignite from that Ahri, as if this Ahri wasn't far enough behind. Having those summoners down really gonna hurt Asian Jumbo whenever he does try to go in for those Ahri picks that she's notorious for in the mid-late game. Man, look at this Echo though. 4-0 and 7. 11 out of 14 kills TiltGod has participated in. I know everybody usually blames the jungler, but what could you possibly blame this jungler for right now? KSing, I guess.
Yeah, KSing. KSing. Considering that your Vayne, you've been bot lane, your Vayne is 1-1 and 3 right now. If you want to be constructive, if you want to have some kind of criticism, then that's what it's going to be. But it doesn't matter because the pressure that he's allowed, yes, he's been able to get the kills, but getting these kills, getting the dead man's plate, which gives him the extra movement speed, has just really allowed him to shine across the map and really just show his presence and throw, again, confusion, chaos theory into the minds of San Marino because you never know where he's going to be. The movement speed that the dead man plates creates him allows him to get anywhere and everywhere he wants to on the map. And just this pressure is just an unbelievable amount. And it's put San Marino, so far behind. They are nowhere near their spikes right now. You finally have the Morellonomicon finished in the mid lane. You still don't have the Infinity Edge finished on Asia Kick Your Ass. He has enough gold to be able to go back and finish it. You've got the Black Cleaver on Renekton, but he can't frontline all this damage. When you've got when you have a Gnar and a Rumble that both have 4 kills before the 20-minute mark, then there's really not much you can do to try to frontline this.
Well, at least Unicruz managed to get the big Geodude. Once you start getting all your jungle camps taken away from you, that's when you really start to have a bad time as a jungler. Struggling to get that Aegis together. This damage coming out from Zood and TiltGod. I'm going to turn the rest of San Marino into TiltGod soon if they're unable to quench their massive sense of bloodthirstiness. Meanwhile, Captain Nuke. The tiny little cute little dinosaur thing scaring away a massive giant prehistoric crocodile.
I mean, he's a prehistoric Yordle, so maybe...
This is true.
Maybe this is the League of Legends version of the elephant and the mouse. You got a crocodile that's terrified of a little mini prehistorical Gnar that happens to just may or may not turn into something 3 times his size. But I mean, it just happens.
I didn't know that the elephant and the mouse thing was actually a real thing until they did it on Mythbusters. Meanwhile, TiltGod for a solo kill, full damage Echo going against a full damage Ahri. Looks like full damage Echo did a lot more damage than the Ahri did. My goodness, Cinder Hulk Echo. So Z Motions, however, ooh, Vayne spotting. But good thing you have a Soraka right behind you to heal up all of your mistakes.
I feel like if you die as Vayne with a Soraka on your team, whatever points you would get from Vayne spotting has to be multiplied by 2. Because there's no reason you should die with a Soraka on your team. So, unfortunately so. 10k gold lead finally being able to be hit right here. Temple City putting on a show. 21 minutes in the game. 14-4. 4 towers, 2 dragons. They are flexing their muscles and flexing it well. They are the ones that want to be undefeated after the end of this. And not only do they want to be undefeated, but they also want to continue the 3-point streak. As we know, this is a Swiss Styles tournament. And if you do go 2-0 in the best of 2s, then you're going to get the entirety of the 3-point. And that's going to give you leaps and bounds at success for this.
Boy.
But just as I say this leaps and bounds of success right now, an equalizer is primed and ready to go. Zud wanting to come in and try to get something done.
Both of the Harpoons slaying down the red carpet for the Solis. Manages to flash out, but not going to be anywhere close to enough. Z-Motion's got the Soraka behind you. Dive, 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 dive. Oh, baby, a triple. Zod onto the Fox. Give me the quadra kill, he says. Z-Motions picks up the quadra kill. Come on, give it the penta. Type it into all chat. But it looks like Onyx just going to run away, hiding under his base.
Do dive, go get Z-Motions right there. Says, hey guys, I want some kills. I want to be important as well, as he's able to go get the quadra kill. And this just, again, applies so much pressure and puts even more difficulty and disarray, again, in the minds of San Marino. They're not in a place that they want to be right now. And it looks like Z-Motions might get a chance. The Penta streak is done and over with, but Onyx wants to remove the streak. He wants some extra gold.
Aw, come on, Z-Motions, go back into it. You got 150 HP. You know what? That's why I'm in gold and not in challenger like the rest of them.
Onyx. And so, looking at this game, looking at it, you know, hindsight 2020, you have difficult times, you have difficult games. Regardless of the ELO discrepancy, there are chances for you to come back based on the decisions that you make in-game. But one of the good decisions that San Marino has made this game is putting Onyx onto this Renekton. He's done a very good job at being able to keep up with Nuke. He's been proactive with his teleports. He's been moving around. And so looking at, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel or the flower in the midst of the fire is Onyx right now. There's a chance for this game to, assuming that this game's a wash, assuming that this game doesn't work out the way that they want, Onyx has still done a very good job. He is 2-2 again, but being able to keep up with Captain Nuke, being able to continue to apply pressure and do everything he can for his team is something of note.
We really wonder in these best of 2 series just how momentum plays a part. Because a lot of the matches that we've seen so far in this tournament, in the beginning of the season rather, have been Swift's 2-0s. Had a couple of 1-1s here and there. But a lot of times, once you lose that first game, it's so much harder to come back. Especially when Temple City is running away with absolutely everything. Onyx going to jump into right between 5 of them. Dude, that's actually going to be enough to zone them out for a little bit. Z-Motions isn't there yet. The Tilt got so tanky. It looks like the Talisman is popped. The Soraka on the front line. How often do you see the Unicorn going deep? Tilt God, they're all trying to jump on the Echo, but nothing can be done. And they're right on top of the Equalizer, getting absolutely roasted. Soul Corona, nobody's down yet though. The Alistar ult is popped with a 3-stack from the Silver Bolts. Too much damage for me. Agent Jumbo, Firefox impression once again. No mana on this Ahri. In between the casters, like their names are Josh and Jump. And it looks like the double kill gonna go to Zud and the rest of San Marino High School. Zone straight out. Tilt God? Tilt God? Tilt God. Tilt God!
It was when the Dead Man's Plate hit, it kind of was like time stopped, and it was a glorious moment right there. Tilt got able to come out with his life 5-0 in 10. We talked a lot about Zud, we talked a lot about Captain Nuke, as well as Motions coming in and getting the quadra kill, but the MVP of this game is single-handedly going to Tilt God right here, as he is just making sure that he's keeping himself relevant, he's keeping his team in the game and allowing them to carry and do everything. 23-5, 16k gold at 25 minutes. Temple City putting on a show, flexing their muscles and showing why they got second place in last year's session.
They're the League of Legends equivalent of that kid. You know that really rich kid at your high school who was always showing off how much money he or she had? It's like that right now. And look at this. They don't, like, they're so far ahead. They have so much damage. They can just walk right under tower, just a rumble, just by yourself. Just absolutely bop these people. Ugh. Sketch the MVP with the heal.
So close, so far. Wanted to try, get rid of that KDA a little bit. Wanted to get it the first death on the mid laner, but they're going to just hold off onto the mid lane. It's low, it's ready and ripe for the taking, but even riper is going to be the third dragon right here. Temple City picking it up, extending their gold to almost 17k gold now, and it's just at this point, it is the basic cut and dry League of Legends strategy, especially with the bot tower down. They have the bot inhibitor, should I say. They have the tower pressure. They have the ability to do a little bit of a Baron preparation, go straight for Baron, and then end this game in fine fashion.
And we talk all the time about how throws are so fun to watch, and they happen all the times in League of Legends, but that's usually in the case of when a team has a really good scaling comp, like maybe somebody has a Vayne or Jinx or somebody like a Twitch who do really well in the late game. But San Marino is a team comp that had to do really well in the early to mid game. Elise and Renekton not going to do a whole lot later on. In addition to Sivir, you can't get that close to a Rumble, honey. You're just going to get absolutely roasted. Like when Jump tries to make fun of me on Twitter, then I just hit him back with it.
But at the same time, I'm just going to ignore that comment. But but at the same time, not only do they have to get rolling, but part of that getting rolling is getting the items, and that's just the difficulty that they're facing right now. You've got an item and a half on the mid lane, and just look at this. There's so many items and so much gold. Zud was able to use 2 of those and just chunk him out, and here we go. We've got a 4-shotting Vayne right now. Motions doing everything he can. There's no Vayne spawning necessary as the equalizer comes in, trying to get something.
Yeah, Motion's looking for the pentakill over here. Oh, baby, a triple second quadra of the game. Slowing them down, says, give me the quadra. Oh, no, Zud, why did you do that? Zud going legendary, however, 8-0 and 12 on this Rumble. Absolutely nothing to shake an Electro Harpoon at. It looks like you said, they're just running through the paces, cut and dry, crossing the T's, dotting the I's and the umlauts. That's a triple inhib for Temple City High School. Most of San Marino High School still respawning, hasn't come out of the fountain yet as they're looking to pound away at these towers. Tilt God all the way on this Crocodile. So tanky, so much damage. But it looks like San Marino, are they going to save them off for just a little bit?
A little bit more. The minions are there so they can try to get it, but what better way to end the game than finishing it with the hat trick? They're going to try to do it. This is going to be the last stand. No custard here, but maybe indeed, as it looks like they're just going to flip it right back around.
Okay, Z Motions. Pentakill attempt number 2. There's 1. There's 2. On station Jumbo. There's... Oh, okay. It was Tilt God this time. Temple City High School. They play the game perfectly. It's just a matter of trying to get your ADCs pentas at this point. They're looking for more and more kills, not wanting to let San Marino go with anything other than absolute destruction. 33 to 8 kills. This game ending under the 30-minute mark with a 20,000 gold lead. First game of the best of 2 series. Started off so strong for Temple City High School as they're going to put the last hits on the Nexus.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. That is the name of the game. The just movements and the psychological effect that Temple City was able to create in the minds of San Marino was just, it couldn't be matched. You had a jungler that finished 6-1 and 15 assists, 3 shy of the support player right there. Tilt God put the rest of the team on tilt and rode his team to a victory right there. A fabulous showing by Temple City, and now they're 1 win away from the 2-0, but that doesn't, you can't count San Marino out. They might have some pocket picks. There is a chance for them coming back in this game too.
Absolutely, could have some pocket picks, could find something from deep within them to pull out and find something to put the first loss on Temple City A's record for the 2015 High School Star League League of Legends season. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we just want to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors at Twitch, Newegg, Tespa, Loot Crate, Rockat, MSI, and Jinx Apparel. In addition, if you want to find out more about the High School Star League, go to hsstarleague.com and check out all of our social media outlets on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. When we come back, it's going to be Game 2 between Temple City A and San Marino High School. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.